Okay, so we always say that if you want to go time travel, what are the three things you bring to the table? Could have, should have, or must have. Anyways, it's always a living translation of life. But welcome on board to Purpose AD Media. And right about now, we're about to do something very important for everyone out there to understand what it takes to move from one place to the other. Would you like educational tourism? Would you like earth tourism? Whatever it is, don't worry. We're all loaded for you today. My name is Damian Adegoke. Like I always say, if you want to write me a check, this is what you call me. But if you don't have money, I always say, just call me Slicky Damian. Leave it like that. Okay? All right, so in the building, I have this amazing young woman, a mother to many, a sweet 16 to some eligible bachelors out there, because I'm selling her for $2 million. If you want to buy, please introduce yourself to the house. I don't know you.
My name is Olabisi Adejumon, aka Olori Biswat.
AKA Sweet 16, AKA my grandfather's seventh wife. In the making. But we'll come back to that later.
I told you, your grandfather will have to apply.
Oh, don't worry.
Be on the line for my granddaughter.
It's got money, you know.
My granddaughter is very rich.
7 houses in Colombia. That's Mendelin. 5 in the UK. 1 in Fiji Island. And a new one going on in Shanghai. Do you want to beat that?
No. I'm not going to beat that.
That's an offer
that I'm going to refuse. Beautifully.
All right, so she's a travel consultant. We're here to talk about educational tourism. So as a certified travel consultant, if I want to be a travel consultant, what do I need to do to become a travel consultant?
Right. Like I'm going to start by telling you that. Well, let me start by saying there was something that happened some few years ago. The president of this country called Nigerian youth lazy, and everybody went to go. You remember?
Yes, I remember.
That was okay. I don't have to mention names. And all the youth went agog. I was actually not happy, but over time, especially when I got to this business of learning, understanding, and going into research in the area of traveling, relocations, and what have you, I discovered that it doesn't mean that Nigerian youth are actually lazy. Nigerian youth have strength. They have vigor.
They got vitality.
They have it. But you see, there's a proverb, there's an adage in Yoruba that says, Alagbara Mamiru. That is, you have the strength, you have vigor, but you don't know how to use it.
You have the resources, but you're utilizing
it. So that was what the man was supposed to say.
Okay.
Because there's also something that says that if you want to hide something from an African,
put it in a book.
They won't open the book. So that's taking me to saying, you want to become a travel consultant, you will do a lot of research.
A lot of research.
You visit a lot of countries, even while you're sitting. Thank God to internet and connectivity.
Oh, I got that.
You don't have to book a flight, or you just have to do a lot of research.
Good. So for few of us, yeah, we've had opportunities to travel to some few African countries, and we've exploited, but we can understand how it is. But coming back to PVG training, what do you do in PVG training?
Oh. PVG training, okay, let me start by telling you what PVG stands for. PVG is an acronym for the names of the director's names, director's children's names.
Oh, okay.
That's Praise, Victor, and Gloria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my dad, PVG.
If I was asked to guess that, I wouldn't have gotten that correct.
Yeah, that's what I always start with PVG when I want to introduce PVG. So we don't do that. What is PVG? Praise, Victor, and Glory.
Okay.
Yeah, PVG is a Manchester-based organization, and it's been existing for over 17 years.
Wow, a decade and 7 years.
That's in Manchester. It's just 1 year in Nigeria.
Oh, so why are we celebrating this feat?
Yes, we have celebrated it with a lot of offers.
But we are just getting to find out, so it should be celebrated.
Yeah, there are offers on the table for you.
Oh, offers.
There are offers.
Shall I be excited?
Yes, get excited.
Okay, so
what we do basically in PVG, I want to tell you why PVG. Director doesn't live in this country, and he's been in the United Kingdom for well over 30 years.
Oh, wow.
He has a ministry, a thriving ministry.
Okay.
He has schools. He has a care home. He's a man of many parts. So he has no reason to come and establish anything in this country. Because, I mean, he doesn't have the plan of coming back. But something happened some few years ago, let me say 3 years back, especially in the UK that he lives. I know it happened all over the world, but That was UK was very terrible. Where we have a lot of Africans, don't let me use Nigerians. Because use Nigerian is out of place. We have a lot of immigrants being sent back to where they're coming from. They fell into wrong hands, they got wrong papers,
Some are doped.
some are duped, and some actually came in, they don't even know where they are going into.
Mm.
So out of all most of these people that were displaced, there is a community of Nigerians that came together servicing these displaced Nigerians. Some of them are sleeping under Make. You have to be supplying
Wow.
them with blankets, food, and a lot of things. So he happens to be a part of that committee. And having interaction with some of them ran into the church. You know, he has a minister. So asking them questions. What they were giving him in responses baffled him.
Mm.
Imagine somebody saying, I sold my house, I sold my car, I wind up my business, a thriving business in Nigeria just to get a COS for like 40 million. And on getting to UK, it's got that COS is fake, in quotes, because there's no fake COS. Maybe we'll get there. And then you look back, there are lots of them that are with different stories. There are nurses that are thriving in Nigeria, that are business men and women that are thriving in Nigeria that they just shut down like that and they use the word japa. So getting all this information from them, just then he made up his mind that he needs to come and start something. Initially, it was supposed to be Lagos, but you remember that he started from Ibadan, finished from UI.
Oh, okay. The
He lectured
principal
at
state.
Osu,
Okay.
a pastor that sort of displaced. So he said, okay, he came back to Ibadan, and then the reason he came is to come and synthesize people. He didn't come to come and discourage people. He came to synthesize people, and so he got on board looking for people that he can work with. I don't know him from Adam. We met online and then conducted some interview and said, okay, wow, come and manage this place for me, some other people.
Okay, so PVG has its motto much more streamlined in enlightenment and sensitization.
Okay, like I said, PVG has four legs. What we do, we classified it and group them into four legs. One is basically consultation. And under consultation, we teach you live and work in the Western world, live, work, and study in the Western world.
Oh, live, work, and study.
in the Western world.
So what are the criteria you need to live? Because
Wow.
I know that every lifespan has its own ethics, privileges, rules, and bylaws. So what takes you to live?
Now, let me take it from here. Somebody who wants to go and study in the Western world, let me take UK for instance. Most of them have sponsors. Maybe their parents, maybe their uncle, maybe it could be their brother.
It could even be the previous organization where they had worked before.
Well, if it's an well, it could be. Now, number one thing that they don't do is that they don't learn about where they're going. They just enter the Western world in a rush. Just
You didn't take your time to find
they-
about the culture,
They don't at all. They
the
don't
traditions.
at all. They just
Okay.
rush in. And then we find out that it puts a lot of them in trouble.
Mm.
Let me use a case study. I will use Nigeria and I will say, let's say Nigeria is UK. Hopefully, one someday. Somebody is coming to UK, Nigeria from Ghana. You want to come and study. You have University of Ibadan, you have University of Abuja, you have University of Ilorin, you have a Google and all of that. And then somebody is coming and then the main thing is I want to go to University of Abuja. I want to go to University of Abuja. And then you pick Abuja. And then another friend takes University of Ibadan. And then they both come into UK, Nigeria. Let's talk about expenses. Let's talk about markets. Let's talk about there is nothing that is going to make that person in Abuja and Ibadan balance together in their expenses, even in culture.
Even in terms of standard of living.
There is no how they cannot balance. Let's assume two of them, their parents are friends. And okay, you take 1 million and go to Abuja. You take 1 million and come and go to UI. Who do you think will come home with change?
With what?
With change, with something.
Okay.
Gift.
I think the Ibadan.
That's one of the things we do in PVG. Some of them will just walk in. I'll say, do you have a sponsor? I want to go to university in London. I want to go to Glasgow. I want to go to Manchester. Excuse me? Is it a politician that is sponsoring you?